Good morning, I'm Shehab. Pressure is mounting on the BBC after pundits and commentators pulled out from appearing on Match of the Day in support of Gary Lineker. The host of the show was suspended after he refused to apologise for tweeting that the language used by the government over its new immigration policy was similar to that of 1930s Germany. Those who support the move say Lineker breached the BBC's duty to impartiality, while critics have pointed out that the chairman of the organisation failed to declare his role in helping Boris Johnson get an £800,000 loan, and the Lord Sugar was allowed to present The Apprentice after publicly calling for people not to vote for Jeremy Corbyn. Match of the Day will still go ahead tonight, only using match footage for the first time in its almost 60-year history. Vincent McAviney reports.
Gap widened again on Wednesday. 7 games for you on Match of the Day tonight.
For decades, Gary Lineker has been a fixture fronting Match of the Day. But this Saturday night is going to look a little bit different after the BBC told him to step back from presenting after a row about impartiality. Earlier this week, Lineker criticised the government's new asylum policy, with the former England captain comparing the language used by the government as not dissimilar to 1930s Germany. The corporation says the decision was reached after exhaustive discussions. They consider the tweets to be a breach of guidelines.
Well, I think we always look to take proportionate action, and that's what we've done.
But haven't you just kicked it further down the line? Are you delaying
well,
the inevitable?
I don't want to add to the statement. I think we've had very constructive discussions. No, I absolutely respect people's right to make that decision. And BBC Sport have to look at the programme they're going to produce for the weekend, as normal.
But in solidarity, Alan Shearer, Ian Wright, Micah Richards and Jermaine Jenis are all boycotting the show. Alex Scott has also hinted the same, while 6 members of the commentating team have refused to take part. A number of players from various clubs have also contacted the Professional Footballers Association to say they want to show solidarity by boycotting post-match interviews on the show. And in Manchester last night, this was the crowd's reaction when DJ Fatboy Slim projected Lineker's image during his set. Match of the Day will still air, but without a studio presenter, pundits or regular commentators. The BBC says it will focus on the match action, but the corporation is once again on the back foot as it's dragged into a political row. Vincent McAviney, ITV News.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has made a deal worth almost £500 million with France to do more to tackle channel crossings, meaning French President Emmanuel Macron and Rishi Sunak agreed on a new plan which includes hundreds more French personnel patrolling the beaches and a new detention centre in France. SNP leadership candidate Hamza Youssef says he has spoken to police about abuse he experienced in the early days of his campaign. The Scottish Health Secretary is vying to replace Nicola Sturgeon and become the first leader of Scotland from an ethnic minority background. He says since announcing his plans to run, he has been targeted both online and off, and said he's worried about the impact it could have on his family. England and Wales are back in Six Nation action this afternoon. Ellis Genge is set to captain England for the first time as they look to keep their Six Nations hopes alive against France. But first, Wales will be hoping to lift themselves off the foot of the table and avoid the dreaded wooden spoon with a victory over Italy. You can see both matches here on ITV1 or on ITVX. Coverage starts at 1:25. Finally this morning, an Irish invasion of Los Angeles is well underway ahead of Sunday's Academy Awards ceremony. Colin Farrell and Paul Mescal are just 2 of the 14 nominations from the Republic and Northern Ireland, but it could be an extra special day for James Martin, the star of short film An Irish Goodbye, should they win.
To be nominated for an Oscar, so, it's not every day, and the timing of it is brilliant, actually, because it's the day of my birthday, and if getting a nice and on my birthday cake would be a very good way to celebrate my birthday.
And good luck to him. Hopefully he has a good birthday. I'll be back later with the news at lunch. Until then, bye-bye.